January of 16, a 12-year-old boy came up to me and said that he was being picked on in school because he was Muslim. He felt threatened with bodily injury because of what he looked like and his last name. So I said, well, I'll talk to the principal. I said, what about your parents? They're afraid to speak out because they don't want the same thing to happen to them. Mayor Levy, it was a Pines resident. I knocked on doors where the neighbor would say, hey, I'll vote for you if you can get rid of those folks down the street from me. What drives me is driving those folks out of my community. I promised that I would bring forward an initiative to bring our community better. Pembroke Pines was the first city in Florida to pass an American Muslim Heritage Month. With that, I received a bunch of hate mail, a spot on national radio, to call the city of Pembroke Pines City Hall and tell Commissioner Schwartz, why would you do that? So the executive assistant said, what should I tell them? I said, well, get the name of their mayor and phone number so I could ask their mayor to do the same thing we're doing here. Our community it wasn't even less than 2 weeks ago I received more hate mail. And I welcome it because it means that we're making a difference. It means that we're getting somewhere. And I speak to folks all the time about getting to know your neighbors. And along my journey, I got to meet a very good friend, Dr. Wazir Ismail, city manager of Hollywood, community builder. And although you've never worked for us, Mayor Levy, make sure. I know, because I'll take him in a heartbeat. Okay? I'll take him in a heartbeat. So, in some of my prepared remarks, today is a very special day. Not just here in Pembroke Pines, but throughout our entire nation. July 2nd, 56 men came together in a room 1/3 of this size and took a historic vote. The Declaration of Independence was voted on and ratified by the Continental Congress. Why does America celebrate July 4th and not July 2nd? Being a native born of the city of Philadelphia and being able to walk the halls of Independence Hall, I can tell you the reason. It was a printer's deadline. The Continental Congress went out to a printer and says, okay, can you get this thing turned around by July 3rd so it could be read to the people? He said, no, there's no way I can do it by July 3rd. Give me one extra day. And July 4th, 1776, in the square in front of Independence Hall, the greatest document outside of the Torah, the Bible, and the Quran was written by Thomas Jefferson. I'd like to read to you a portion of it, and this is where it gets a little gripping for me, and you'll understand why. So, a lot's changed in a year, America and my eyesight.